Welcome back to Anguilla. Same thing, different day perhaps. Or we're going to do something a little different today. I think we're going to do something a little different. Well, at least the idea is different. So let's get moving here. External power supply on, rotating beacon on, mixtures and props full forward. Master switches on, fuel pumps on. Magnetos on left. Let's open the starter cover, crack the throttles. Let's check the right propeller area. It is clear. And we get a good start. Manifold pressure is good. Oil pressure is good. Check the left propeller area. Maybe this gentleman's our passenger. He looks like a guy who's going for St. Maarten. Do you think so? Alright. Let's try the right hand, the left engine here. Good start. Let's go magnetos to both. Manifold pressure is looking good. Oil pressure is looking good on both. Let's close that. Turn the fuel pumps off. Let's turn the avionics master switch on. Let's turn the rest of our lights on. Let's turn our external power supply off. And yes, you do use the external power supply whether to start the engine, whether you are actually using external power or not. I know that doesn't make any sense, but that's the way it is. We are on VATSIM, so let's put 122.8 in the frequency. Our VFR, so 7,000 is good down here. Let's change our CDI over to GPS and let's get moving. So, what I'm doing differently today, she's actually not there. So I've a long and documented history of not being able to land this airplane very well. Let's release the parking brake. Goose the right engine a little bit. And what I'm doing today, gosh, what a beautiful day, as always in Anguilla. And CJ Lloyd traffic, Anguilla 264, taxiing to runway 11 via taxiway Bravo. CJ Lloyd. I am trying not to cough, but I dumped a lot of the weight out of this airplane. Normally I just fly it the way it's loaded by default, which is full of passengers, literally every seat full, and some weight in the baggage compartment. And I have a problem getting the nose up on landing. And I've never been in this airplane in real life when it's been heavy. I've always been in it when it's relatively light anyway. I've been on flights with a couple people. I've been on flights with a couple people and some mail, actually, some cargo. But I've never been on a really heavy one, so I don't know what it kind of feels like. And I'm wondering if maybe the trouble that I'm having landing this airplane is because I'm just not used to landing airplanes at full gross weight. Let's turn the fuel pumps on. Flaps are set to take off. The altimeter is correct. I do not see anybody on the runway. I don't see anybody coming down final. This is the first time in a long time I've seen like cumulus clouds down here. So maybe the weather is starting to improve in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So let's get moving here. Why isn't it moving? CJ Lloyd traffic, Anguilla 264 taking runway 11 for departure to the west. CJ Lloyd. Alright, let's turn our landing light on because we are on the runway. Alright, I don't see any traffic in the air. I don't see any traffic on the runway. Fuel pumps are on, flaps are set, mixtures and props full forward. Alright, heading indicator checks the runway number. Alright, takeoff power coming in. Takeoff power is set. Engine instruments are in the green. Airspeed is alive. 65 knots. And rotate. And oh yeah, that jumped off the ground. That jumped off the ground. So power back. Let's bring the props back a little bit. Let's put those flaps up. Trim a little bit. Say hello to the most beautiful place in the world, Anguilla. Let's turn the fuel pumps off. Check the fuel pressures, they look fine. CJ Lloyd traffic, Anguilla 264, right crosswind departure off runway 11, departing to the west, CJ Lloyd. Alright, and what we're going to do is, we're just going to go over to St. Maarten. Gosh, this looks beautiful today. It looks a whole lot different than it normally does. With these clouds, it really does. Getting used to kind of just wispy low-level clouds, but this looks pretty realistic. Let's keep pushing that nose down and trimming. Alright, power is good, props are good. Alright, so look at that, what a beautiful, let's see, TNCS, okay. Where are we here? Juliana traffic, Anguilla 264 is 10 miles to the north, inbound, full stop runway 10. This is Juliana. So, I'm going to take a quick look here because there's quite a bit of traffic and there's no controller, so I'm going to take a quick look and see. It doesn't look like it's too bad in terms of traffic. Alright. There is Grand Cas. I want to go see that city. I really want to go see. I think the French side of St. Maarten's got some really cool, like, French cuisine restaurants. That I just saw sort of a jet coming down. Of course, it could be a model matching issue, but alright. So we're gonna have to. I didn't see any that same traffic, but that doesn't mean there's not any live traffic. So we're gonna have to kind of swing our way in here, which means, generally speaking, a short approach. Is what this plane is good at. Juliana traffic, Anguilla 264, 5 mile left base runway 10, Juliana. So my goal is to figure out whether this thing is a little bit easier to land with less weight in it. And I could already feel the difference quite noticeably on takeoff. Let's bring the power back. Bring the props back. It felt noticeably lighter on takeoff. Flaps. Check that. Okay. Juliana, traffic Anguilla 264, 3 mile left base, runway 10, Juliana. So I'm gonna try here. Well, there's no need to make an airliner approach in this plane. Alright, let's go fuel pumps on. Alright, fuel pumps are on, flaps are set. Yeah, see that's presumably live traffic right there. And I did look, I just didn't see him. Gosh, that water just looks so realistic. Alright, power back to 15 inches. Goes around. See, live traffic seems to do that when you're in Microsoft Flight Simulator and you come in. Which is kind of hard to explain. I don't really understand it, but Juliana, traffic Anguilla 264, short final 10, Juliana. Unless that is unless that's AI traffic, which I doubt. Alright, let's go props full forward. So mixtures and props full forward.
Enemy traffic, windward 651 over the Sugarloaf for final approach, runway 10. Enemy.
Alright, a little bit of a right crosswind here. Alright, fuel pumps are on, flaps are set, mixtures and props full forward. And we're going to see if we don't have a little bit easier a time. Pull out some more power here. I'll pull the power out all the way now. Slow it down here with the nose. What I mean by that, just pitch up here a little bit. Start slowing it down. Easily my best landing in this airplane. Easily. By like a couple 100 miles. The best landing I've ever had in this airplane. So after all this horsing around, the fact of the matter is let's stop here. Juliana, traffic Anguilla 264 is clear of the runway, Juliana. Alright, let's put the let's turn the fuel pumps off, let's put the flaps up. So basically after all this time of like wondering why I can't land this airplane, I'm just not used to landing it at at full gross. You know, because essentially that's what I've been flying it at the entire time is max gross weight. And when you, I don't have any experience, frankly, in real airplanes landing at full weight, at maximum weight, because I just don't. And so the difference is that it's the controls feel heavier. Alright, let's go takeoff flaps down, fuel pumps on. And I see a jet down there, I think. So we want to get on. Where are we? Delta. Alright, so let's Juliana, traffic, Anguilla 264, taking runway 10 for departure at Delta, Juliana. I don't see anybody. Flaps are set, fuel pumps are on, mixtures and props full forward.
Juliana traffic, windward 045, taxiing to Delta, Fountain, Charlie 2,
power coming in.
Princess Juliana traffic, windward 045.
Takeoff power is set, engine instruments are in the green, airspeed is aligned, 65 and rotate. And so what it is, and hello my friends at Mary's Boone, Stefan, Vladimir, hope you guys are doing well. The controls just feel a lot heavier. And look at that green, look at that gorgeous green color. Just so beautiful. I want to be in the Caribbean. I really want to be in the Caribbean.
Juliana traffic, windward 045, takeoff runway 10. Princess Juliana traffic, windward 045.
Juliana traffic, Anguilla 264 is departing the area to the north at 1500 feet, Juliana. Alright, let's bring the power back here. Props back. Fuel pumps off. Gosh, it just looks so beautiful. I want to be in the Caribbean. I want. All I want, honest to God, all I want is to be in the Caribbean. It is the most beautiful place in the world. If you know anybody who's
Timber, traffic, winger, 67, go, it's on final US,
If you know anybody who's looking for a private pilot with an instrument rating of 300 hours total time, let me know. Gosh, I would just give anything to do this all day long. And I have to say,
Princess Juliana traffic, windward 045, departed Princess Juliana, crossing 1300, departing to the west. Princess Juliana traffic, windward 045.
CJ Lloyd traffic, Anguilla 264 is on a 5-mile right base, runway 11, CJ Lloyd. And you'll hear, we're all using the same frequency, 122.8. You'll hear people calling for St. Bart's, for Anguilla, well, me for Anguilla, Princess Juliana. And this is very typical of what you get in Well, I mean, they wouldn't do it in a situation like this because these are all controlled fields. These all have towers. But in real life, if you're in an area with a couple airports without control towers, this is what it's like. Alright, power to 1900, or 19 inches, props back. Power back actually a bit more here. Put the fuel pumps on. Notch of flaps. You can see now the airport. Just looks to me today like the colors are a bit more vivid. I don't know if it's my imagination, but the water, the trees, everything just looks a bit more vivid. It looks really pretty amazing. Alright.
Wing Air 670 is minus 0 to land inboard.
There's sandy ground. CJ Lloyd trafficking with a 2643 mile final runway 11 CJ Lloyd. Alright, fuel pumps are on. Flaps are set. CJ Lloyd traffic Anguilla 264 short final 11 Lloyd. Alright, props full forward. And you usually get bounced around right in here, so I'm not really worried about being too high, which I am. Start bringing the power out now because we do have to land at some point. Once we get over these hills and knolls, then we'll settle down a little bit. Power's all the way out. Alright, well, my landing at St. Maarten was certainly better than that one, but I can already tell that having that weight out of the airplane makes a huge difference. CJ Lloyd traffic, Anguilla 264 is clear of the runway, CJ Lloyd. Makes a huge difference having that weight out of the airplane. Much easier to land. Which, I mean, if you're flying this airplane, you're a commercial pilot, you should have the ability to land the airplane well, regardless of what the weight is, but anyway, there we go. Brakes are set. Mixtures to idle cutoff. Throttles to idle. Parking brake is on. Fuel pumps off. Magnetos off. Lights off. Avionics master off. Master switches off. And yeah, I mean, it was a fun flight. It was a good flight. And gosh, is the Caribbean gorgeous today. Hope you guys enjoyed the hop. I'll see you later.